So last week you might have noticed people dressing up as various hideous or hilarious or just plain not sure what that was kind of things. You may have had some knocking on your door, and as you open it you were greeted with "Trick or treat!" Now if you were prepared, you probably gave out some lollies, or as the YouTube influenced young ones are getting more Americanized, candy. If you weren't, you probably scrounged around for something to give, or maybe you just hid behind a couch and as soon as they left, turned off all the lights not to attract any more creatures for the night. Yes, we all noticed it was Halloween. But now, have we ever bothered to check where this actually comes from? Now, imagine the following for a minute, if you would. It is the 1st century. Years are counted in tens still, and you are living as a Celt in Britannia. Summer is drawing to an end as October draws to a close. Crops have been harvested and it is just too cold to replant anything now. There's no heaters, there's no antibiotics or medicine, and no thermal underwear. As winter stares you in the face, the reality sets in that someone else in your village, maybe even family, will most likely not make it through the next few freezing, dark months. Not just that, but you have also grown up with this extra worry that somehow the stories of old might just be true. That because this is the cusp of longer nights and the season of death, the divide between physical and spiritual realms is at its thinnest, or so people say. This could be the time that restless ancestral spirits come back to haunt families and friends, yet another terrifying thought to contend with. So what can be done? Well, the 1st century answer might surprise you because it is not all that different from a lot of actions taken today when we face with that same stark reality. They hid and turned to the mythical, to a higher power. They hid by dressing up and wearing masks that would hide their true appearance and would make massive bonfires to hopefully provide enough light to keep the dark and spirit world at bay, and turned then to a higher power that they weren't even sure was there to save their and hopefully even loved ones' lives. Now, the Halloween knockers we get at our door has far more commercial intentions, of simply stocking up on candy, but the tradition is embedded in a far deeper historical reality. We all have certain fears of death. We all have certain sense that there is more to this life maybe than simply meets the eye. And you would be right. Indeed, there is more to this life, and death will come for us all. But we don't have to fear death, and certainly don't have to go through the blind rituals to hopefully be okay. See, the Bible tells us that the God everyone is looking for in time of trouble is not far off, but actually came to us and is described as the light of the world. Take off all those masks you use to protect yourself against disapproval and disappointment. Take away your focus from fear of death and look to Jesus, the source of light and life. If you would like to begin this freedom journey or simply ask some questions, connect with us online or through our Facebook page. My name is Rilof, and thank you for listening to Glimpses of Hope by the Ipswich Lutheran Church, where love comes to life.